the preview for today's live video. We're going to be talking about helping with neck and back pain through improving posture. So again, many of you are perhaps struggling with the fact that we are doing more remote work from our homes during the pandemic, where we're sitting at our desk quite a bit. And that's where a lot of times we can struggle a little bit with being able to go and keep our posture upright, and being able to make sure that we're not hunched over so much and putting more stress and strain on our neck and on our lower back. Quite a few people struggle with this on a daily basis. We want to be able to make sure that we do is to be able to go and work on very simple things that can go and help sort of reverse this pattern of being flexed forward all the time. So one of the things we have to realize, though, is that changes in posture can sometimes not exactly be just related from doing or sitting at a desk, right, or doing those other different seated type of activities long term. And just to give a little bit of background of understanding how our body works, is that the position of our joints, right, whether that is the position of our head or the position of our lower back or our shoulders, is going to be what are called slaves, or think of like a term like slave joint, meaning that what goes on at other different more important survival functions will go and affect our posture. So one of the most important things I go and mention this is breathing. So if you're out there, maybe you can share in the comments, how many of you that you feel like you got poor posture, but you also maybe suffer with asthma or allergies or chronic sinus congestion, where you just can't really breathe out of your nose very well. So a lot of times when you have problems and struggle with this, is that we will automatically go and move our head forward when we can't breathe out of our nose very well. So what happens is that when we can't breathe out of our nose very well, our head moves forward and tilts up. This opens up our nasal airway a little bit, so that way it makes breathing easier. So if you were going to go and say, like, I need to work on my posture, and I'm going to do these, I'm going to do physical therapy, or I'm going to do all these different things, using a foam roll or exercise or whatever, but you don't fix some more of those foundational principles, it's not going to go and work quite as well. Results won't be long lasting. So one of the things you can be able to go and do, a natural way to be able to go and help with your breathing, is using something like peppermint oil. So I've got a little jar here of peppermint oil. All you need, usually with an essential oil, you can be able to utilize this. You don't need very much of it. It's like one drop. And if you've ever used it before, you put a drop on your hand and sort of swirl it around a little bit, put a little bit under your nose and a little bit in your palms, and you can take a deep breath in, and that should go and open up your nasal airways a little bit. So as part of my assessment process, I'll go and actually measure the position of the head before and after we do this, and be able to go and show people how opening up their breathing affects where their head sits. So people who have really clogged sinuses, their head will be more forward, and after doing this, their heads will move back, and you should be able to go and see those type of changes that way. So if you're having trouble breathing, this could be a technique that you could use. Obviously, if you're under the guide position, your allergist, things like that, make sure you can be able to go and follow that advice as well. This is just something that a lot of times people don't think of necessarily when they're stuck taking their Flonase or other different allergy medications. This can be a useful adjunct sometimes to be able to help with that. So once you've taken care of your breathing, you've got working on your breathing, what we want to be able to do is not all just stretch the muscles to be able to go and help with improving our flexibility of our spine, but also be able to strengthen our body in good posture. So that's what we're going to be able to go through today. Right here, I've got a foam roller here. So this is a piece of equipment that you can use. This is about a 3-foot long foam roller, 6-inch diameter, right? So I got this on, I've had this for a long time. This is like an Amazon basic one. And I think I've had this for like 8 years. And so what I want you to be able to go and do is have something firm like this that you can lay down on. So the specific stretch you're going to do is you're going to lay down long way on the foam roller. I don't want to So you're going to lay down with your butt on one end and your head on the other, with your arms laid out, straight out to the side. In this position, you're letting gravity do the work. So you don't have to forcefully try to stretch anything. You can just sit here and just take a few breaths. Inhaling, letting the belly go forward. Exhaling, letting the belly fall. And you should feel over time your spine start to sink into the foam roller. Every time that you exhale, you should feel that nice sinking of your body into the foam roller. And you would hold this for about a minute. You just lay here for a minute. Very easy. So once you're done, you just roll off that, and you're going to roll over right onto your stomach, and we're going to go right into the exercise of this. So now we're going to do an exercise called prone cobras. Prone cobras, you're going to lay down on your stomach, and all you're going to do is going to work on strengthening your what's called your thoracic extensors, or the muscles that go and extend your spine to keep your spine upright. So in this position, all I'm going to do, lay down on my stomach, where my feet and legs and butt relaxed, and I'm just going to lift my chest up just a bit, and then I lift my hands. And I keep my head looking down, keep my head in line with the rest of my spine. I'm not going to tilt my head up or let it fall down. Keep it in line with the rest of my spine, and I should feel the muscles working in the upper back. So basically around the bra line, maybe a little bit higher, right? You don't want to try to go too high and work your low back too much. We want to work the upper back. So if you go too high, you're working the low back. If you go too low, you're not working anything at all. So there's just this middle point that you want to work, and just hold this position for 1 minute. So in order for us to be able to actually go and see changes from postural exercises, we have to hold the exercise for a little bit of time. So when I'm doing this, how we actually get the best results is that you hold the position for 1 minute, take about a 15-second rest. Hold it for a minute, take another 15-second rest. And you do about 4 minutes total, or four repetitions of that. Our postural muscles have certain type of fibers in them that respond best to long, slow holding exercises, right? And if you go and you just try to do it for 10 to 15 seconds, it's not going to get the best result out of it. So as I say with every one of these exercises that I show, if you're feeling any pain or discomfort, discontinue the stretch of the exercise. You shouldn't be feeling that, right? But here, these are some good ideas that you can be able to try. They don't require a lot of it. You can do them right from home. Help be able to go and help alleviate some of that upper back, lower back, neck pain from our posture being rolled forward so much from sitting at our desk. So if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below, or direct message me with them. I'd be happy to be able to go and answer them. If you guys have out there, if you have some suggestions or things you want to learn about for our next live video next week, please let me know. I'd be happy to be able to go and take any suggestions that you like, to be able to go and do these videos about the things you want to learn about. So with that, I'll say goodbye for the day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to doing another live video with you next week.